What is up, guys? It's Meikitamemo here, and welcome to my YouTube channel, and most of all, welcome to my Mage playthrough of Risen. This is going to be episode 9, where we will continue the search for the crystal discs. I was coming here to, kick Roman's ass in order to get the nautical chart for Patty. So let's quickly go to Patty, and then we'll go to the next crystal disc, which is going to be the Geiger, also known as the Green Ogre. We also still have to do the Eastern Temple, so let me do the Eastern Temple first, and then do the Geiger, because the crystal disc with the Geiger is relatively close to the crystal disc with Cyrus, which is connected to Eldric the Druid. So I will do the Eastern Temple first, but first Patty to deliver the nautical chart, to make doubly sure that Patty will late game assist me with all the Saurians that will be roaming the area, just in case, should it prevent, if you don't deliver it. Maybe Patty will not help you then, I'm not quite sure. Never tested it out, but a bit scared to test it out, because I could certainly use Patty's help with all these lizards, because they will be many, and even though I'm a mage, my mana potion supplies will always be limited, because I also have to use my gold in order to train characteristic stats. That was a mouthful. And training these skills, is sadly but true not cheap. To get crystal disc, crystal magic, the frost crystal to level 10, it will require me to already have 1900 gold in order to train it to levels. Level 9 will be 900 gold and level 10 will be 1000, so 1900 in total. And then we still need frost crystal from all the way from level 1 all the way to level 10. Magic bullets, we still need. Let's see, alchemy already have. Runic seal is also one of those things I still need. Acrobatic and sneaks are optional, but I need one more level for frost. Then I need 18 more levels for magic bullets and fireball, another 9 levels for axe, as well as let's see, 2.5 levels. Am I saying? No, 1.5 levels. 15 learning points, if I remember correctly, to max this one out. 5 each. So 15 learning points for these. Still need 20 for those. I need 90 for those, 90 for those, and 90 for those. So my character level requirement will be very high. But it's all in order to make certainty that in my 3 playthroughs, throughout my 3 playthroughs, all the achievements within the game have been collected. Now the only ones that I still need is 300,000 gold. As soon as I train Axe to level 9, I will get the Gladiator achievement. As soon as I train my frost, magic bullets, a fire crystal in towards level 10, I will get a Must of the Mage or something like that. Which one do I still need? Well, let's see. So Gladiator, which is the axe that I only need. The Jester, which I will have to still use, I think, about 5 to 10 Jest spells. Which will be easy to get as a mage, since I will get a rune for it. King Midas, which is 300,000 gold. Now, if you're gonna divide them throughout the 3 playthroughs, then you need 100k each. You know, it could be that you most definitely, without a doubt, be able to get 100,000 in a single playthrough, provided you do it smartly, which means that if you buy stuff, make sure you buy first and then sell your stuff. Or if you're gonna buy stuff but you don't have the gold, first sell and then buy, instead of trading individually. So let's say, you know, you have 500 gold worth of items that you're selling, but you're also purchasing 500 gold worth of potions or whatever. You know, if you trade them equally, there will be, you know, at the same time, your gold increased will come to 0. So there will be no gold whatsoever counted towards the 100,000 gold pieces obtained through each playthrough. If you're gonna do them separately, whether first buy first or sell first, you will get 1,000 gold counted toward the 100,000. And if you do this on multiple occasions, on every trade, everything that you sell, everything that you buy counts double on the gold achieved, even though you're spending the same amount of gold, you know. So 100,000 should be no problem for you guys to get, but you will have to sell quite a bit for it, and make good use of your gold. Like, you know, when you finish the game, damn hiccups. But if you finish the game, make sure to sell everything that you have, rebuy a certain amount of potions, resell those potions all the way back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, till you either have the 100,000 achievement, or till you have little gold amount as possible, so that you can't even buy one potion, you know. So that if you go for a second character, the amount of gold that your previous character had has been already reinvested into the second part of the 300,000, so that your second character has a lesser burden. If you do the same thing with the second character, your third character will even have a heavier increased lesser burn in order to get the gold. So the more gold you are expending with your previous characters, the easier it is to get the gold achievement. It's still gonna be tricky. It's gonna be very tricky. I think I will have difficulty getting it, but that's because I do not know where I currently stand. I estimately think that I'm over the 200,000 since I've done 2 playthroughs, used all their gold, did trading and you know, everything in the proper order. So the highest amount of gold that has been spent towards the achievements has been done. So I think I will be at least about 250, yeah, 250,000 out of the 300, I think. Could be wrong, but we will get it nevertheless.
Here, I got my hands on Steelbeard's map.
You've got it! Do you have any idea how valuable this map is?
Since it's a pirate's map, I'm guessing it's not showing picnic spots.
Right. My father marked all the islands and the countries he visited on this map. He hid gold in every one of these places. There are a lot of wrong hands this could have fallen into. So, thank you for bringing it to me. You're a decent sort. Not many of those around here.
What about the rest of the gold from Steelbeard's treasure?
I'll take the map. You can have the gold. Deal?
I think I can live with that.
You can also have my father's old house, if you want it. It's close to the brothel. My father probably found that convenient.
Thanks. although I'm not sure I'll have much use for it.
Well, it's yours. If you decide to stay on this island.
It's the big house that's supposed to be from the, you know, the House of the Dawn. At least I believe that is the case. But that's the only house that's relatively close to, you know, the what was the prostitute thing called? Sonya's, I think. I'm not quite sure. It doesn't really matter. But the big house where Ulf used to stay is actually the house of Captain Gregorius Emmanuel Steelbeard. Only took over by the Don. But you know, that's fine.
What will you do now?
I'll go back to the town. I can't leave the island in these storms.
Looks like we're both stuck here. Well, that's... that.
Looks that way. Feel free to drop by the tavern any time you like. The gods know I'd like to talk to someone who isn't a drunken ex-fisherman.
I might just do that. Take care of yourself. Do you have anything to trade?
You could use her as a companion, but that means no teleportations allowed. However, no, I don't think she would go that far. You could try to get her, you know, to the Eastern Temple and let her help you if you have difficulties with it, or you think you're gonna have difficulties with it, but I doubt she will run them with you that far. I will have no difficulties with it whatsoever, so I will not really need it, and I prefer to have the ability to teleport without getting NPCs stuck at certain points. I'm just gonna sell the strength, permanent strength potion recipe, because, you know, this character does not give a damn about strength, at least not as his main core build. His main core build is the axe and the crystals, as well as the alchemy capabilities for permanent mana potion and the forging abilities in order to get the achievement for 100 swords crafted. Now, estimatedly you can get about 34 blanks of ore per character, so again that is 3 paths in order to get all the 100 weapons forged the legitimate way, that is. You can also, you know, before you're gonna craft a sword, save beforehand, whether it's a manual save or a quick save, doesn't really matter, and forge the weapons. Once all the weapons are forged, which means after you forged them, you quenched them, you sharpened them, then they are counted as forged. And if you then reload, then, you know, you can do that into 3 settings, and then you will have the achievement as well in a single run. But originally it was intended to be divided by the 3 runs that this game particularly have to offer, which is some achievements are purposely built for that one. In particular, take the Gladiator achievement, which is focused on sword, axe and staff. You can't get all 3 of them in a single playthrough unless you train nothing else. Then it's possible, then you need to be around level 27, but imagine to train everything except for, you know, no strength, no dexterity, no bow, no crossbow, no magical capabilities, no gutting animals, no alchemy capabilities, no forging weapons, level 27 for the weapons abilities alone. But let's go to the Eastern Temple, which is one of the temples where we will find a crystal disc, which I damn well need. But should you guys wonder, by the way, I will make sure there will be a separate video available for this one particular already, when it comes to the path in Risen 1 to Risen 2. But here's the deal. The particular playthroughs, all the 3 playthroughs, has a purpose towards the next playthrough. The Warrior of the Order will be a member of the Inquisition in Risen 2. The Warrior of the Dawn will be a pirate, purely a pirate, with Captain Gregorius Emmanuel Steelbeard, not join the Inquisition, not join the Voodoos, or natives as they are called, but purely as a pirate. And the mage will be a native. He's gonna train in the capabilities of voodoo magic. So every playthrough in the Risen 1 will connect to the playthrough in Risen 2, and the playthroughs of Risen 2 will connect to Risen 3. However, I do not know Risen 3 at all yet. Haven't played pretty much anything of it. Not because I didn't want to, but because I wanted to record it as a blind playthrough, which is exactly what it's going to be. I played it a bit, you know, a tiny bit. I think the farthest I got was with the old ship thing, you know, which is basically the beginning of the game.
Yeah. Ah. Ah. Yeah.
But when it comes to the particular path in Risen 3, I'm not entirely sure which one will connect to which. Hell, I don't even know what the 3 paths are. I have read about it, I have heard about it, but I totally forgot what the 3 paths will actually be. So I'm still uncertain to which, you know, particular path I should connect my Warrior of the Order from Risen 2 or Risen 1, Inquisition Risen 2, and then Risen 3 it will join another status, you know, another path, because some way it's connected to one another. Oh, no mana. I'm not entirely sure about that one yet, but that's because I don't know the game itself. Because if I did, well, then I could have told you which path will be which, you know. But once I will make the video about, you know, the announcement for Risen 2, as well as which path is going to be which particular playthrough, I'll make sure to do some research on Risen 3 to see if I can indicate which path will connect to which path of my characteristic playthroughs to a certain side. So let's say you can become a I don't know, Templar of some sort, then, you know, he has to have a connection to that certain side. Then it must be, even if it's a minor connection, the connection must be there in order for, you know, the connection to be made. Now I don't really need life. If it was mana, I would have gladly worn it, but at the moment I prefer the strength over HP. Because here's the thing, you know, and you will never, ever see me wasting learning points on getting more HP. You will never see me learning, well, wasting rare permanent potions, materials for HP potions, because of the fact that you really don't need it. Now sure, you know, don't get me wrong, it's handy, no doubt about it, but you do not need it. Every level that your character gets is free HP, and you can better use the I really have to learn how to aim.
Ah! Yeah! Ah!
Well, that nearly cost me my life.
I can't cast without mana. Ah!
hope there's a hero's crown up here. Certainly use it. The more permanent mana I can get, the better. Because the more spells my character can cast, the easier the game becomes. Which will also cost the gold. All those runes. Telekinesis, medium and strong healing, levitation. Which one do you also have? Berserk, Nautilus, Illusion. I'm gonna collect them all. You know, it's like Pokemon. Gotta catch them all. I wanted to take something from my inventory. Oh shit, I done it again. Well, that was interesting. I alt-tapped again because of the fact push to talk for me is alt and my inventory is tab, so you get alt-tab. So my apologies for that, but I was looking for the positive gold. Now, unlike the other two playthroughs where I used a shortcut, well, at least with the Warrior of the Dawn I took that shortcut, which is from Volcano Keep to the Geiger. With this particular guy I will go through it as it should be done, but for different purposes, because the Eastern Temple is near the entrance of that particular cave. This character can handle ghouls relatively easily, provided my mana doesn't run low. And the only problem with that particular cave is there are about three ghouls. That could be a problem because they're quick. And mana is still a relatively big issue for my character, as you can well see, because of the fact that these how much mana does this? 20 mana. Why does it say 20 out of 10? I don't understand. It costs 20 mana. I have 100. So I can cast it about 5 times. Seems legit. Oh, I actually hit. Oh, what a surprise. Ah! Well, at least I found a hero's crown. There's also a hut nearby here, so I can use it to sleep till next morning, which is good. 3 mana. Even though it's surrounded by gnomes, so that's gonna be interesting. Maybe it will allow me to level up. Oh, and when it comes to the tool bags, I'm not quite sure whether I got it with the Warrior of the Order or not, but I have to recollect it nevertheless for this particular character, because I totally forgot about it with the Warrior of the Dawn, which is to carry 20 tool bags in your inventory before you deliver the 15 tool bags to Harlock the Smith in Harbour Town. I'm not quite sure if it's no, it's not Harlock. Harlock is the smith, the cook in the monastery. I'm not quite sure what the smith's name is in Harbour Town, but he needs about 15 tool bags. Make sure before you deliver those 15 that you collected 20 of them in your inventory. There are about 22 in total that I can recall of at any rate. But don't deliver them unless you can, you know, unless you have the achievement for 20 tool bags in your inventory. I have to be careful not to forget about it as well, because it already happened with the Dawn. And if it happens again, then I'm pretty much good.
No mana.
Because that would mean that I have to get it with my hardcore run, and you know, hardcore run is going to be, at least I'm trying to get hardcore run as less burdensome as possible.
I can't cast without mana.
Alright, so let's sleep till the next morning. Let's get ourselves another one of the vessel rings, which is located over there, and the Eastern Temple is located over there. We'll go there in a bit. The next episode will be probably the Eastern Temple itself, as well as the road towards the next location, which is either going to be the Geiger or Eldrick the Druid. Either way, both of which have to be done, you know, so alright, so nothing left here, so let's get to the Undead Lord. The second crystal that I will max out, by the way, is going to be magic bullets, and last will be fire crystal, because the fire crystal is very useful indeed, but as far as I know, it doesn't leave a burn behind. Does it leave a burn behind? Could be. But either way, you know, all three will be done. Really have to perfect my aim, because sometimes, you know, it's just terrible how I can miss.
Now who could teach me to pick locks? I need more mana.
Ritual vessel ring, one of which is the hunting, the vessel ring near the entrance towards the Geiger / Eldrick. Now I'm gonna sleep till midday, can I? To get myself some free mana as well as some full HP. Alright, so this is done. So let's continue the road towards the Eastern Temple entrance. there's supposed to be some lizardmen around here. And since I just leveled up, I have enough to master Frost Crystal. And if I want to do that, I can certainly use the teleport stone from here. Otherwise I have to walk all the way back. Maybe that lizard group up there is active. Let me check it out, because I could certainly use all the distance shortens that I can get. So I do want to max out my Frost Crystal.
Yeah! Ah! 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 Ah!
Oh, by the way, when it comes to the healing, if you do have a companion, as far as I know at any rate, the healing spell will also heal your companions, whether it's your summoned skeleton or a companion like Patchy, you know. As far as I know, it heals on both accounts, as long as you're close to one another.
Ah! 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 Huh! Ah! Ah!
They're not here. Oh, that's a shame. Alright, so let me teleport quickly to Volcano Keep, learn Frost Crystal. It's too bad the runes are not at their location just yet. But that's as soon as we open that gate. You know, the entire island will be filled with lizards, saurians with teleporter stones. But I could have used them right here, right now. Well, you know, all is fine. Let's go to Master Palace and learn the mastery of the Frost Crystal and see if I can sell anything and get myself the rune at least of levitation, because I need it. I need all the runes I can get.
What can you teach me? Teach me how to use the Frost Lance spell.
You are ready to unlock the crystal's full power. It will now eat at your target even faster, causing devastating damage. Once you are ready to reach the next level of crystal study, you will be a true master of crystal magic.
Teach me how to use the Frost Lance spell.
You now have the ability to channel the crystal's full power. You have come to the end of your studies and must now guide yourself in the use of the crystal. Never forget what you have learned.
Alright, so that's one. It may be a bit poor though. So let's see. Oh. I did it again. Quite a bit yourself actually. Which good, it's good.
Show me your goods.
Now the only reason why we'll keep the bow is there will be certain locations within the game, especially at one of the temples when we're gonna search for the Ursagor armor pieces and weapon pieces, is some switches cannot be reached with telekinesis magical capabilities due to the how do you say it, due to the presence of a anti-magic crystal which prevents you from using any kind of magic in the vicinity / range of the anti-magic crystal. For those moments I will need a bow, you know, so I will just keep it with me, because eventually otherwise I will get stuck. I don't think 700 gold is enough though for a rune. I think a rune is at least 1,000. But I could sell some healing potions should the need arise. Because levitation is one of the things that I must definitely get. Because levitation will be a expensive feature as well as Nautilus.
Do you have any potions?
Do you mind? Of course you mind. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, thank you.
That's finished that.
Alright, so let's see how expensive those runes are.
Master, I need scrolls.
$500, okay. Alright, so let me sell, it's not much. Well, if I'm gonna sell the Nautilus spell, then I need the Nautilus rune. But I don't have much to sell anymore. Do I have ore? Not enough to craft. Give me... Alright, same issue, not enough gold. So I need to get, so let's see, 169 gold pieces. I must be able to get that done. Let's see if I can craft some amulets. Now you can also find them at certain locations, but I would just purchase them, and if I find them I'll sell them. Because I'd rather have them now than wait till I have opening locks in order to get it. Two rings of 400. I will of course not get 400, I think I get about 100 apiece, max. But even if it's 100 apiece, you know, I will be able to get the 2 rooms.
Looks good.
Which is
I'm watching you.
Something I need. Nine gold pieces short. Oh wait. Fixed.
I've got some...
What do you...
Alright, so let's get the rune of telekinesis, so you can get objects from a distance, as well as getting the rune of levitation. I will need it because there will be a lot of traps. I also need quite a bit of Nautilus, but already have one Nautilus spell scroll, and should I really need it, well, then I have some things that I will find along the way, like weapons and loot, you know, that I can resell and get the rune that I required. But since I sold my telekinesis spells, as well as my all my telekinesis spell scrolls, I will have to get telekinesis, otherwise I can't progress in some dungeons. So anyways guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna levitate to the Eastern Temple entrance, and there I will save before we will enter, and then we will continue in the next episode. Oh, touche. Touche indeed. I need one more level. At least it requires learning points, right?
I am ready to study
No.
the second runic seal.
Let me study you.
Yes, it does. So I can't use levitation yet. That's fine. So let's teleport to the harbor town, and then we're gonna walk again towards the Eastern Temple. Meanwhile, let's try to get some gold along the way, like loot and whatnot. But that's for the next episode. I want to thank you guys for watching, and if you like what you see, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button if you want a hardcore run of the Risen playthrough, and I hope to see you guys in any of my future videos, whether it's Risen, Risen 2 or Risen 3, or whether it's any other game that will be available at some point on my channel. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.